Good evening, Dhamma friends. Let me bring you the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem for a happy and peaceful Sutta study class. Today is July 27, Saturday. We are here to discuss the Dhamma in Suttas. We have been in the program for a long time, and today we have selected another important Sutta for our Dhamma experience. So you are warmly welcome for today's Sutta studies. Let us begin the Sutta studies by paying homage to the Supreme Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I pay my homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dhamma friends, today we are going to study one of the famous suttas among many who knows about the Paritta chanting, overnight Paritta chanting. The sutta we selected is Alawaka Sutta, and it is one of the discourses that monks and lay people recite when overnight chanting takes place. Alawaka Sutta, this is from Sangyutta Nikaya, Yakka Sangyutta, where the suttas are recorded, and those suttas are because of demons, because of particular type of living beings that have the nature of very tough, very powerful. Very powerful. So as you know, the Buddha had met few of those powerful demons, and they were all, not all, many of them were followers of the Buddha later on, but some were very furious and outrageous. So today, this sutta is selected from Yakka Sangyutta because the same sutta without the background story is recorded in Sutta Nipasa also. There are very important Dhamma elements there, not only for Yakkas to apply, but for every living being to appreciate the Dhamma. So that we selected this Alawaka Sutta for our benefits. You do not find many commentaries to it in the current scholarship, because the sutta is very clear, and it doesn't explain the Dhamma very much, such as Four Noble Truths and other important elements, but it is beautifully formed because of the conversation between the Buddha and the Yakka or demon Alawaka. Before we go into the Sutta facts, better for us to spare some time with the background story. Many of you are from, I think almost you are from Sri Lanka today. No one is participating from the other nations. So you all know about this sutta, and the story of Alawaka is also echoed in our culture for some reason, so that we know about the story. However, it is better for us to have it again. the Alawaka Yakka was living at the city Alaw. It's called Alaw. In some stories, it tells that there is a huge tree, and this demon Alawaka was residing in that tree. Anybody who come under the tree is afraid of Alawaka. So a lot of people in the country knew about it, so they were so careful about going even near that area. But one day, the king of the Alaw went on hunting or something into the deep forest, and he was sleeping under that tree that Alawaka demon lives. So then Alawaka came down and said that that anybody come under my resident is afraid for me, he is a victim of mine. Then the king was so afraid of this very unhappy situation, and he said that you could eat me, you could kill me and eat me, but if you leave me, I can provide you human flesh every day, on everyday basis, because I get people in the prison, and every day I get 2 3 people convicted for life imprisonment or death. So that if you leave me as the king of the country, I can send you human flesh, just one human for one day. uh, Story tells that the demon Alok agreed, and then uh, over the course of time, the prison of the country emptied because of this practice, and then the king vehemently, intentionally take people into custody for small matters, and put them in the jail, and every day they were sent to the demon Alawaka. Due to this unfortunate thing, people were unaware about this happening in the kingdom. What in the first couple of years, but they came to know about this later on, and they flew from the country for safety. As a result, there was no one in the country for the demon to eat except the king's son. Then the king decided to, follow his principles. He promised to give the demon Alawaka a human one day, and this is the chance for me, and I would send my son. At this moment, when this is going to happen, according to the tales, the Buddha saw this incident from his psychic power, and he saw that the son of the king is fortunate to attain to third stage of enlightenment called Anagami, and the king demon Alavak itself uh, himself is able to understand the Dhamma, particularly attaining to Sotapanna state. Having seen these two, the Buddha came down to the Allow city and entered into the chamber of demon Alavaka. There's another story attached to this. At this moment, demon Alavaka was not in his residence because of a meeting among demons in the Himalayas. So they were in the demon Alavaka was in the meeting, and he came to know from somehow that the Gautama Buddha, he didn't meet him before, but he came to know that the ascetic has come to your place and reside there for a certain period of time now. The demon Alavaka knew that nobody could enter into it because it's mysterious, and also average human cannot enter into it without a power. When the demon Alok knew that ascetic is there, he thought that this should be a powerful person, definitely, so that I could go and give some trouble, give some trouble. That's what he thought. So you can read the sutta now with the background story, and we can see that the conversation between the Buddha and the King Alawaka is recorded there. Let me start the sutta reading now. So I have heard at one time the Buddha was staying near Alavi in the haunt of the native spirit Alawaka. Alawaka is a spirit, demon. You know the nature of those spirits. Yakka, Asura, actually one of the apayas, but they are powerful. They have negative minds with greed, hatred, and ignorance. They have some powers. So therefore, we cannot expect them to do good. But mostly, they like flesh. They like very ugly things. They are also ugly. So that type of behavior is therefore asura and demons. Then the natives, the spirit Alavaka, went up to the Buddha and said to him, the story again has another addition that the Buddha was telling the Dhamma to the wives of Alavaka while Alavaka demon came back home. So he got angry really because of this reason. Anyhow, now we know we have come to the beginning of the conversation. Uh, the demon Alavaka thought that nobody could enter into my palace. And Buddha was sitting on the couch that Alavaka demon sit. So he got really angry. So then the demon Alavaka thought that I should make this ascetic tired by asking him to go out and going in again, and some physical as well as verbal exercise I should give him to make him tired. So we see from the sutta that the demon Alaka said to the Buddha, get out of this building, ascetic, get out of my palace, get out of my chamber, out. The Buddha calmly and peacefully said, all right, sir. You can see the translation very clearly that the Buddha has given very kind of respect to demon Alaka. Yeah, all right, I will. Then the Buddha went out. That is first time he get out and went out. Then as soon as the Buddha went out, the demon Alaka said, get in, ascetic. No respect at all he paid to the Buddha so far, but the Buddha has enough respect to him, the demon Alaka. So he calmly and peacefully get in and sit down on the couch. As soon as the Buddha sat down, demon Alaka said again, get out of this couch and the room. The Buddha did the same thing as in the first occasion, and for the third time, Alawaka said, get out, ascetic. Then Buddha said, all right, so I will go out. And then again, Buddha was asked to come in, and Buddha did so. And when the demon Alawaka said the Buddha to get out and leave, Buddha said no. That was the fourth time. Buddha said, no, I won't get out. Do what you want. Do what you can. It's a kind of now direct confrontation now. So to me, the Buddha did the request for 3 times, and now he doesn't want to listen to, because it is the time for the Buddha to intervene directly to the inhuman activity here. Of course, I said that demon knew that this particular ascetic is powerful. Otherwise, he is unable to come in and use my place. So demon knows that this ascetic is a powerful one. So that he thought that I should ask some question that came from my generation, my clans. They are yakkas, and I think, as I remember, the grandmother of Alawaka put forward some questions for the family, for the clients, but no one was able to answer them. So then demon Alawaka thought that I should ask these questions from the Buddha, so that I could revenge. I could revenge him if he doesn't answer these questions. So it's I think a better way to deal with, I think, because demon Alawaka is powerful, but the power of the Buddha has been now everywhere in that mention of Alawaka, so that Alawaka has now a proper way of dealing with. If he doesn't answer this question, he is going to die because of my fury. So then I will ask you a question, ascetic. If you don't answer me, I will drive you insane, explode your heart, grab you by the feet, and throw you to the far shore of the Ganges. This is what Demon Alawaka says. I have a question, and you are going to answer this question, and if not, you are going to experience terrible thing in your life, saying that I will throw you to the river of Ganges. Um, then the Buddha uh, gave a lion roar there. Buddha said that I don't know anyone in this world system with its gods, Maras, and Brahmas. This population with its ascetic and Brahmin, its gods and human. Who could do that to me? But anyway, ask what you wish. So the Buddha said in a extraordinary way, in a beautiful way, that no one in this world system is able to touch me, even to do a little damage. No one is able, because we know that the Buddha is supremely enlightened and his power is unimaginable for even an arahant, so that nobody in this world is able to make him unhappy by physical harassment or any other harassment. So, having said that, the Buddha said, okay, ask any questions you want. I'm here to answer. These stanzas are very important, friends. Let me read this in a beautiful way. As much as I could, I will try my best. Kinsu the vittang purisas settang kinsu suchinnang sukamavahati. Kinsu have sadhu tarang rasanang katang jivitamahu settanti. That is the first question in the form of poem is asked by Demon Alawaka. The meaning, what is a person's best wealth? Insu the vittang purisasa settang. What brings happiness when practiced well? What brings happiness when practiced well? What is the sweetest taste of all? What is the sweetest of what is the most important, most tastiest, sweetest thing of all? The one they say has the best life. How do they live? When we talk about the best life, how do we have it? So this is the meaning of the first stanza. The Buddha's answer is very direct. Shraddha is a person's best wealth. Okay, so teaching brings happiness when practiced well. Nothing brings us happiness, but the Dharma, when it is being practiced by the person, that person is going to have the happiness, the best happiness. Then truth is the sweetest taste of all. We talk about the tasty things in the world, food and anything we can feel, basically food, right? But that is metaphorically saying that more than any of those food or anything, the truth is sweetest. But in average society, what is always talking about, the truth is bitter. When the truth comes out, it hurt people because they were not in the truth. But people who have been living righteously, they become happy because there is no hide for them. There is nothing for them to hide. So for some people, truth is bitter, especially those people who are immoral, and truth is bitter for those people who have understood the Dharma. So again, the first question is, what is a person best wealth? The Buddha said it's Shraddha. Friends, when you have Shraddha, lot of other wholesome qualities have turned towards you to come and establish in you. Shraddha is such a wonderful thing. If you ask me the question where Shraddha is in the Noble Eightfold Path, I could say that Shraddha is also with Samadhi, because Akaravati Saddha, the Shraddha we are talking about, is rational Saddha. It is, of course, a huge percentage of Samadhi. Shraddha, if you look at Shraddha, as the Buddha said in the Samyutta Nikaya, Saddhahati Tathagata Sabodhi. So the acceptance of the Buddhahood of the Supreme Buddha is called Shraddha. When you accept the Buddha as your teacher because of these qualities, uh, it means you have some of them. Otherwise, you are appreciating them, and therefore it is you who could go forward on the track of Shraddha, nobody else. So because you have that skills in your mind, so that you can go. So Shraddha is such a wonderful thing. Based on Samadhi, right understanding, we have to make our Shraddha stronger, and as a result, you could be able to practice other Dhamma, right? So we say this from our experience. Without Shraddha, you cannot go into deeper level of concentration and also wisdom. So Shraddha is the best wealth. How many things we have in our life? Houses, vehicles, jewelries, money in the bank, and properties. So many things we have as well, but none of them bring us happiness for sure. Suppose you have 20 acres coconut plant, or 20 acres or 10 acres something else. At some point you feel happy that because you have something in your possession. Attisuka, you have these crops, you have that rice, and you are equipped with various things for the next couple of months. So that brings you happiness. That brings you kind of confidence. But friends, we never know when these belongings end. Either we end them ourselves, or any disaster could happen. So that the wealth we are talking about in the mundane sense is not the wealth in Buddha's teaching. There are some objects of bondage if with regard to an average human. So friends, the Shraddha is the best wealth, and let it grow and make you happy and peaceful. So the Buddha answered, Shraddha is the best wealth. Uh, if you want to be really, really happy, what you need to do, you have to practice Dhamma. The path for happiness is nothing but the Noble Eightfold Path. Eightfold Path, in other words, is the direction, is a set of teaching for happiness. So if you want to be happy, just stick into Satipatthana. Satipatthana is the way the Noble Eightfold Path is practiced. If not, you can find Kalyanamitas and have that Dhamma. So practicing teaching is the key for peace and happiness. Truth is the sweetest taste of all. Yeah, in this complicated society, people say there are difficulty of telling truth always. If we talk about the truth that flows through words, yes, because we are in a vast, complicated, complex society with various characters. So you have to play your wisdom around when you associate them. However, speaking truth is working for us. If you do not speak, truth. You are not going to make certain things in your life. I will tell you here a story, because stories make things clear, rather than sticking into very academic points. Um, it is a house which has the father, the mother, and the son, and maybe, as I remember, there is another child, would be a daughter. So the son is now over 20s. He is not that regular and disciplined in his behavior. At home, what he does was sleeping a lot in the room, and nothing, worked for him in the name of job. His education was not that good also. So the father advised him always to find out a job, because you are a young person, you should be able to learn how to earn now. Then uh, he sent applications for various jobs, and he got an interview at last. And the father on that day, before he left to the interview, said that in a particular less friendly language, don't be a fool, just talk nicely, look at people's face directly with smile, and don't do foolish thing like you do at home. So it's a bit of advice, with in a rush, in a in a way that the son doesn't like. Anyway, this is the normal behavior in the house. This person went to the kitchen, goes to the kitchen, and he turned on the pipe, and he never closed. And whenever he eats, he put plates everywhere. So these are some of my addition, but the story tells that this son is not helping at anyone at home for cleaning and things like that. So before he left the house for interview, the father, automatically said that, be careful, don't be a foolish like you are at home, be wise and face the challenge, and so on. Then when he actually went to the office where the interviews is being held, he entered through the gate, and he saw that a tap is on, and the water is going away from, somebody has done that. So he remembers his father immediately, because he got a lot of advice from, tough advice for this behavior. He cannot remember whether he on the tap and water is going. So that was a behavioral problem of him. So he remembers his father. His father told him to play mindful things mindfully and do the right thing there. So he went to the tap and turned off. And then he moved there, and now continues to go into the building for interview. And as soon as he entered the kind of room area, he saw that a chair is upside down, right? It couldn't be in a place like this, but he thought that I should make this proper way, so that he did that. Then he went to the area where everybody is waiting for their interview, and he enters, and he went to the table where tea and every other things are placed. He saw that some cups were not in proper place. People put them into garbage, but they were everywhere. So what he thought was, he remembers his father, because he got a lot of problems from his father and the mother and the sister, because of lack of discipline. So here he thought that I should put them into the garbage bin, and things made clear here. Then he enters into the another area where the interviews is being held, and he sat down on the on the chair near the table with the panel. So he said that we are going to take you. After asking the name and other information, they look at the files. So just because they wanted to do so, but they have decided that this is the right person for our company. Because How did they decide it? They put CCTV camera for the tap near the gate inside the building, and also the place where the chair is was upside down, and also the area where people take tea. So they put a CCTV camera, and that was the interview for him. So the company wanted a man with some good qualities, right? So he got selected. So reason why I said this story, because sometimes things work for us. Uh, when our parents, when our when wisdom works, when truth is being practiced. In this story, if the son of that father tells did something wrong, it's going to be really bad for him. So he spoke the truth to the panel that I did this because of this reason. I was not good with my household activities. My father always criticized me for various purposes. Even not finding a better job is his concern. So he told everything to the panel, the truth. Having said the truth, he got the opportunity. So friends, even these mundane stories, we learn that truth is always working. Sometimes it takes time, but it is the sweetest thing. If we speak about the such by that name, we can talk about the Four Noble Truth. So nobody could argue on that. Nobody could reject the theory of Four Noble Truth because it is the truth of life. So here in the Alawaka Sutta, it is said that the sweetest state of all, truth is the sweetest thing in this world, right? Then the one they say has the best life lives by wisdom. So if you have wisdom, that would be the best life. So Shraddha is the best wealth. The wisdom is the best thing in life if you live in this life for peace and happiness. And the truth is so sweet, so practice it, have it. And then happiness, if you want to be happy, that you have to practice the teaching. That's all you can do. So the first stanza, first couple of questions were answered by the Buddha in a majestic way. And then uh, right now, after this first conversation, the king, the demon Alawaka was somewhat happy, but he didn't show it because he wanted to ask some more, just to, in one sense, solve the problems from generations. And the other thing now, the Buddha is so powerful, and he thought, the demon thought, that I should get benefit from the Buddha. So these are some of the impression the demon had in his mind. As I said, after the first stanza with questions, the demon Alavak was internally happy. The second uh, series of question is Katansu Tarati Yogang, Katansu Tarati Annavang, Katansu Dukkha Macheti, sometime Manveti, Katansu Parisujjati. The meaning is, how do you cross the flood of suffering? Ogatharana. Here we talk about Ogatharana. So how do you cross over the flood of suffering? How do you cross the delude? The second question, Katansu Tarati Annava. Give me a second. Yeah. Uh, yes. How do you cross over the flood of suffering? And how do you cross the ocean? The ocean is taken here as a simile, just to show you the depth and the death of craving, and so the vast ocean is huge, and also the craving. So katansu tarati yoga, how do you cross over the flood of suffering? Saddhaya tarati yoga, you have to cross that huge vast and powerful current of suffering, way of Shraddha. If you have Shraddha, the proper Saddha, Akaravidi Saddha, rational faith, that is the very thing you need to defeat the, uh, what do you call, the flood of suffering. Saddha Tarti Yoga. Why do we need Shraddha for ending of suffering? Without Shraddha, you are not going to accept the Buddha's enlightenment. You do not accept the fact that there is enlightenment. Not only that, you do not regard the Dharma and anyone who practices the Dharma too. You don't believe life after death. You don't believe the existence of hell, existence of other realms, divine and Brahman. Because you are not in a position to test them yourself by going here and there, you cannot find them. It is your mind that should be developed in order for you to connect with them. Otherwise, there is no. So, Shraddha, without Shraddha, you are always questioning. Too much question means you are doubtful. Therefore, the agitation is there, frustration is there, and you are always putting yourself in conversation that others don't like, because you have a passion of argument. So, Shraddha is a type of peaceful state in mind which we see everything as it is, right? If you have Shraddha, you are peaceful. Your reactions are very slow, not too quick, because a quick reaction do not make any sense in the sense of Dharma. You have to wait and see. For some period, you can practice this very much Shraddha, so that you can feel it. So Saddhaya Tarati Yoga. Appamadena Annava. So when you cross over the flood of suffering, how do you do that? Which way you do that? The answer is by diligence. By diligence, you cross over it. So Saddha is a condition for you to have, to decide, to take the challenge, and you jump into the water of suffering. And it is virya, or what do you call, right effort, or called diligence, make the change, make the difference. So how do you cross over? With diligence, and then by energy you get past suffering, and you are purified by wisdom. So energy is a very important factor, like others, like wisdom and concentration and mindfulness, because without spiritual energy, you are not going to come to kusala, you are not going to believe on anything, and you may not be able to feel your life better without this. So perseverance, the right energy is a very important thing, and it helps you purify your wisdom. Wisdom is a kind of quality that is so powerful, but uh, experiences may be there, that you don't feel that energy very much. So wisdom uh, and virya, they are working together. By energy you get past suffering, and you are purified by wisdom. So continues the conversation like this: how do you get wisdom? So you talk about wisdom. It's been the most important thing for our according to our understanding. So how do you develop it? Even we could have asked this question from the Buddha if we were there, because we always make things stronger when the Dharma comes from the person we like. So respectful. So anyway, how do you get wisdom? How do you earn wealth? How do you get a good reputation? How do you hold on to friends? How do the departed not grieve when passing from this world to the next? So these are the set of questions demon Alawaka asked. Now, how do you get wisdom? The Buddha's answer is very interesting. One who is diligent and discerning gain wisdom by wanting to learn. So you cannot develop wisdom just by wishing. Some people, due to lack of education, say that we should be in nirvana because of this chanting on qualities, offering flowers. Friends, they are just only rituals which bring us happiness. We don't say that they lack of something. They are Buddha admired for monks and nuns and lay people who actually do that kind of things we should do. But some people do it just because they do not know anything else, and they wish nirvana just because somebody else said. But we know the fact that wisdom is a kind of results of various practices. In Anguttara Nikaya, Panya Sutta tells us that there are 8 ways of developing wisdom. Anyhow, I just want to tell one who is diligent and mindful can only practice this particular aspect of our journey, Panya. If you because with samasati, you have to know what exactly happening. With the spiritual energy, virya, you have to show the other people that this is happening. And it is combination of these two with wisdom has made significant changes in life. So that is according to the teaching also. So wisdom should be gained through constant diligence and also some sort of other spiritual practices. How do you earn wealth? So gain wisdom by wanting to learn, having faith in the perfected one, and the teaching for becoming extinguished. So wealth is being achieved in such a way. Actually, here wealth is nothing but the same Shraddha, Panya, and so forth. So when you have Shraddha, when you have spiritual energy, when you have Samadhi in action mode, you can actually direct your mind towards the Nirvana. So being responsible now, how do you get a good refutation? Truthfulness wins you good refutation. So being responsible, acting appropriately, and working hard, you earn health. You earn wealth. Sorry. Yeah. Being responsible, active appropriately, and working hard, you earn wealth. So here you are not earning anything else but the spiritual wealth is there, saptaredane, and then every other things bring us joy and happiness. Therefore, they are well. And how do you get a good reputation? Truthfulness wins you good reputation. And how do you hold on to friends? You hold on to friends by giving charity. If you have a hand of giving, if your mind is big enough to give anything you get, people, your friends, relatives, definitely talk about that person because you have been really, really good in your normal life. So when friends come, when relatives come, the best way to treat him, give some dana, give some food, and that way you have to welcome. You have to make friends, and that is how how do the departed not grieve when passing from this world to next. So the Buddha's answer is that is how the departed that is how the departed do not grieve when passing from this world to the next. So if you follow all these important Dhamma facts in the Sutta so far and follow them, there you actually become happy. Even when you have the last chance, you are not going to make things complicated, because you are happy about your life, the way you live happily, and going away from this life is also happening with a smile, with a kind of relaxed mind, because during living you are doing charity, you are doing good things, truthfulness is always in your life, so people are talking about good qualities of you. So when somebody goes from this life to next life, which means death, whatever you accumulated as karma should be carried with you. So when passing from this world to the next, what you are taking with you is only karma, and positive karma and negative karma. So that is what it is. Then let me see whether the question, yeah. සද්ධානෝ අරත්තං ධම්මං නිබ්බාන පත්‍ය සුසුසං ලබතේ පඤ්ඤං අපමත්තෝ විචක්කන. Yeah. පතිරූපකාරී දුරව උට්ඨානා වින්දතේ දනං සච්චේන කිත්තිම් පප්පෝති ඉදං මිත්තානි ගාන්තති යම්ස්මා ලෝකං පරං ලෝකං එවං පෙච්ච නසෝචති. A faithful householder who has these four qualities does not grieve after passing away. Truth, principle, steadfastness, and generosity. So go ahead, ask others as well. There are many ascetic and Brahmins. See whether anything better is found than truth, self-control, generosity, and patience. So the Buddha give a kind of challenge here to demon Alawaka. So what is that? Go ahead and find any ascetic who knows better answer than the Buddha. Knew that there is no one in this world with its maras, devas, and other living beings. So there is no one. So having known this, he challenged. So therefore, demon Yak had to actually work according to the Buddha right after this conversation. Patirupakari Duruva Uttana Vindate Dana. Let me find out this. Yeah, Patirupakari Duruva. You better, if you are following the Noble Eightfold Path in the name of tea also, just give, this is what you need to do. Do it well. Patirupakari Duruva. Whatever you do at home, do it well. Be responsible. Clean up the place. Put it in a nice way. Don't make any mess. So this is actually a sila. Every householder activities belongs to sila. So Patirupakari Dhruva, do all kind of good things, and on time enter into work. Then be a very energetic person. Uttata vindate danang. So you have to have some energy, physical and mental, in order to earn something extraordinary, something good. And then if you want to be famous, that is true. That is true. Right action. Let me see what it says in Pali. Satchena kittim papoti. Yes, if you need a good refutation, you have to practice truth. Truth is such a wonderful thing. If you do not tell lies, if you do not any other bad things, your good reputation goes to each and everyone in the area. That person is so nice. He doesn't say no. He doesn't say this and that. So they come to kind of agreement that we should not disturb this person, but he is always up to the right point of truth. So such and dadang vittani gantati, as we already said, that if you have the quality of charity in your life, you will get a lot of good people around. And yassete chaturo dhamma saddas garamesino satchang dhammo titi chago save pechana sochati. So here it is said, the development of this life and after is taking place because of the way you live. So that respectful for the truth, and then discipline yourself and let others experience your good qualities. So these are some of the things you could do. Inga anyepe puchasu putu samana brahmane yadi sacha dhamma chaga yanto biyodu vajjati. We already said this. The Alawaka was said by the Buddha, if you want to find out somebody who can say the better way of this, you better find, but I do not see anyone in this world. Attaya vata me buddho vasayala vimagama yohang ajja pajanami yattadinnang mahapalang. In meaning, it says, in meaning, the, the happiness of this life and after is decided by the Dharma. So I'm going to start it again. Demon Alavaka worship the holy feet of the Buddha in front of the Buddha because he got the importance message from the Dharma. It is said that Demon Alavaka got into Sotapanna state. Anyhow, we know from the story that the connection is making very nicely. So you have to, I'm going to practice Dhamma from today onwards. So far, therefore, so far, why do I go to different ascetic and question? Because with that statement, Demon Alavaka has started the Shraddha very strong. In order to find happiness in this life and next life, what I have to do is to practice Dhamma, nothing else. Having known this, why do I go to different teachers? That's mean the Alavaka had that Shraddha that takes him into a super mental state. So here we have also yeah, sohang vicharisami gama gamang purapurang namasumano sambuddhan dhammasacha sudhammatanti. So the the demon Alavaka says that, yeah, I like if you come here back again. So the lot of Dhamma is shared with or silently practice. So from today onward, I would definitely make arrangement for the Buddha to visit Allow, and it is a great game. So this is basically the Alawaka Sutta from Yaka Samhita of Samyutta Nikaya. As I said, there is another sutta by that name in Sutta Nipata Uragavagga, as I remember. So they are all talking about same thing. In Sudavittang, Purisasetang, in Sutta Nipata, you don't have that particular introduction. So here, because it's in Sutta Nipata. So basically, that is the sutta for today. We have enough time to discuss if there is any important thing for you. The importance of Shraddha is being highlighted. And also the combination of other qualities, including wisdom, including perseverance, they are also, highlighted because they are the dharma that we need to practice to alleviate suffering. If you have Shraddha as the foundation, Saddha Bidang Tapoti. There is another in another sutta. It is considered Shraddha is considered the seed. Saddha, I cannot remember the exact Pali term. Saddha Bijan Tapoti. Saddha Bijan. The seed we are putting on the soil is quite likened to Shraddha. So because Shraddha gives the way for other spiritual qualities to arise and strengthen, and the bija, the seed, is the basic thing. The tree, we get tree and plants and so on. So that Shraddha is compared to a very important thing. And then Panya, we talk about Virya, and then also patience. There are some good qualities we talk about. Overall, the Buddha wanted to transform the Dhamma to demon Alawaka because he saw that he could attain to first stage of enlightenment. And as I said, the other reason was, according to the tales, according to the story, the son of the king of the Alaw city is going to be a victim of demon Alawaka. They are as the father, uh, thought that I should, if I able to, protect my son, I would do, but he was unable. Then the Buddha saw it from his psychic power. Not only he helped, demon Alawaka, the Buddha helped that son also. So these are the Dhamma. Initially, we talk in the Sutta, but if you want to, you can take Shraddha. It's another discourse. Then Panya, then patience. These are wonderful characteristic features in our life when we practice Dhamma. But we, of course, demonstrate you a simple way of explaining the Alawaka Sutta. So if you have anything to say or add or comment, you are free to talk, because this sutta is also a sutta that tells the Dhamma. Perhaps we didn't talk too much about them, so you can start up. I know that we always talk about very logical, gradual teaching like Sila Samadhi Panya, and how we can bring our mind to Samadhi and Panya together. So Swatisambhadi is being talked, and how mind, is working with this hustle bustle business. So we have been covering a lot of important Dhamma elements. So this sutta is a type of a story, and some of the happening in the story is not proved, because yakkas, how could a yakka lives in such a way in a society. So today we don't find anything like that, but it's a type of a story. And then how could the king of the country decide to give the prisoners for the demon to eat? So nobody, so there are stories, but the Dhamma in the Alavaka Sutta has been instrumental for many people for centuries, because people should develop Shraddha, and Shraddha is compared to fertile seed, so that and Panya is being talked, so that they are very important. So if you have anything to say, please take your time.
Venerable sir, now in this story, Alawaka shows great qualities rather than the king of the country, because the king of the country acts foolishly, negligence, and at once says that I will send a man every day for his This thing, but Alawaka on the other side asks very wise questions and it shows something to compare.
True. If we stay in the story, yes, the king was doing the bad thing for the whole country, while uh, the demon Alawaka actually got the opportunity to understand them. Of course, the story, additionally said this that these, questions came from his grandparents. So the grandparents of Devil Alavaka uh, had this question in their mind. If anybody who answered this question rightly could be a very extraordinary person. That's what they believe. So
All these
Alavaka,
Alawaka remembered. That
yeah,
is what
because
I mean.
it's coming from the generation of the second, their parents and their parents' parents. It's like something coming from our family because they are always uttered, and these are some of the guiding questions we have. It's like maybe I don't think they were in they were written record, but it could have come to the demon Alaka orally. So if anybody answer this question, they either can go away from his you know place with safety. Otherwise, nobody can go away from me if they do not answer. So, therefore, he might be using it for various purposes. But
Exactly.
yeah, but these are stories, right?
Yeah.
We both know that. But story again is interesting because sometimes
We can
even
learn a
some
lot. Yeah.
yeah, sometimes the Dhamma is for Dhamma is gone from our mind, but the story stays in just to get the Dhamma uh, uh, back into our mind. So stories, metaphors, similes, analogies are important elements for remembering the Dhamma.
But the questions are so good.
Yeah, really interesting.
It goes
So
to all spiritual faculties, how
yeah,
essential that is to develop. Yeah.
yeah. See, Katansu Labate Panyan. How do we get
Uh,
wisdom?
yeah.
So Katansu, wisdom is gained through sadha and also listening to the Dharma.
Yeah.
So we know from various sources that
Yeah.
Kalyanamita Sevana, Dhammasavana, Yoniso
Yeah.
Manasikara, and Dhammanu Dhammapatipatti are the four things
Yeah.
for making sure that we get the Dhamma. In other words, attaining Nibbana is attaining a Sotapanna is because of these four qualities. So wisdom is achieved when things are done well. So yeah, they are very good questions.
Whenever said, does it include in the sutta that the child was given
No,
food?
no, they were stories,
Uh,
background story. They are coming from commentaries, sub commentaries.
okay.
They are not in the suttas.
Uh, but they are very interesting.
Yeah, true.
Take one sunlight.
Okay, if you do not have any other questions, I would end today's sutta discussion. The sutta we selected is Alavaka Sutta from Yaka Sangyutta Nikaya with some uh, without the introductory part. The same thing is recorded in Sutta Nipata Uragavagga by the same name Alavaka Sutta. So you have the same content in two places in Tripitaka. Alawaka Sutta tells us the importance of Shraddha, Panya, Virya, and other qualities. And if you want to end suffering, these are the qualities the Buddha showed us. Of course, we have to have them not in the books, but in our mind, but in our in his skills. Then we can, like the Buddha, like demon Alava, and every other disciples, could cross over the flood of suffering and reach to supreme security, what we call nirvana. So, having said this, I'm going to end today's Sutta discussion. May you stay healthy and peaceful throughout the night, and may be able to begin the next day with the same mindset. May be able to complete the triple training in this very life, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, and make sure that you are a noble person. Sadhu, sadhu,